Namaste and good morning. Today also I am going to present such summary of the lesson God sees the truth but waits from grade 11 compulsory English. Let's see the characters of this story. God sees the truth but waits. Main character is Aksinov. Aksinov is main character of this story. He is protagonist, merchant, maker. Somewhere we see Maker, but written Makar, Maker. Antagonist. Maker is antagonist, murderer. He kills the merchant, not Aksinov but his friend. Let's see theme of the story. This story is about the suffering of a person who has spent his 26 years in prison without any crime. He has waited for God's decision in his lifetime. God's decision is finally arrived, but so late. This is also called precise. Story, summary, then summary of the summary is called precise. Theme, injustice. We see injustice in the story. Faith, believe in God. Trust, forgiveness, apologize. Then acceptance, self-realization. These are the theme of this story. God sees the truth but waits. Let's see summary. This story, God sees the truth but waits, is a heart-touching, tragic story which has written by Russian writer Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy is also taken as Lakshmi Prasad Devkota in Nepal. Leo Tolstoy is from Russia. In Russia, he is the greatest poet, writer. This story is about a young merchant named Ivan Dmitryevich Aksinov who lived in Vladimir, a town of Russia. This story has presented the imprisonment of his main character. This main character for murder which he didn't commit or hadn't committed. According to this plot, Aksinov was quite a handsome man who had two shops and a house. He was so jovial and very fond of singing. Before marriage, he used to drink much and even become robustious. After marriage, he gave up much drinking. He had a wife with small kid. Once, during summer, Aksinov planned to go to Nizhny Fair, Nizhny Fair to sell his goods. Before setting off, his wife stopped him to fair. She informed him about a nightmare which she had dreamed. He related that nightmare, saying that he returned town with grey hair, laughed, and even interpreted him as sign of love. On the halfway, he met a merchant from Rajan, with whom he drank and spent a night in an inn. Both of them slept in adjoining rooms. Next day, before dawn, he set off with his horses and coachman. while the air was cool. When he had gone about 25 miles, he stopped to feed his horses. He ordered some beer and started playing his guitar. At the meantime, two soldiers and a district officer came to him and questioned him a lot related to the merchant with whom Aksionov had spent his last night. They informed Aksionov about the merchant's murder. The dead body of merchant had been found at an inn's room with his throat cut. They took Aksionov back to inn's room and searched his luggage. They found a blood-stained knife in his luggage. Aksionov trembled with fear. He was charged for murdering the merchant, even robbing 20,000 rubles from him. Aksionov was arrested and sent into prison. His wife came there to meet him along with her small kids. She got permission to meet her husband from the official after begging months. She fainted to see her husband among the criminals and thieves in criminals' dress. Later on, she informed her husband about the rejections of the petition to the Shizar. Aksionov wept when his own wife raised a suspicious question to him. Aksionov said goodbye to his family for the last time. For him, God was the only one to expect for mercy. He was tortured severely there. Aksionov was sent to the Siberian prison for 26 years to work in the mines. His hair and beard turned white and grey. He walked slowly, spoke very little, and never laughed. He learned to make boards and earned money. He bought a book named The Lives of the Saints. He used to read the chapter in the dim light of the shale, and every Sunday he used to read and sing the chapter at the church. His fellow prisoners are the saints. Prisoners would go to him for justice if there were fights in the prison. He spent his every single day in God's devotion and on the way of truth. One day, a gang of the prisoners came to the prison. Among those prisoners, one was Mekey Fyuba. He was a tall, strong man of about 60 with grey hair. He related his story to others about his arrest in horse in stealing case. He was also from Vladimir. When he got known about Aksionov's story, he kept on laughing shamelessly. Aksionov couldn't sleep that night after hearing Mekey's word. He felt sure that Mekey was the person who killed the merchant. He kept on thinking about his family, his long time suffering, and so on. After months of knowing each other, Aksionov discovered Mekey is one who killed the merchant from Rajan. He was quite angry with Mekey but didn't speak a word about it. One night, Aksionov discovered Mekey digging a tunnel under his sleeping self. Mekey threatened him not to tell a word, otherwise he would kill him. Aksionov didn't bother about Mekey's threatful words. Next day, soldiers discovered the tunnel. The governor arrived and questioned the prisoners, but no one spoke a word about the tunnel. When Aksionov was asked about the tunnel, he also denied saying about Seminoles. That night, Mekey quietly came to Aksionov. Mekey begged for forgiveness. He confessed the truth about the fact of a hidden knife. Aksionov remained silent. Mekey knelt upon the ground and again asked for forgiveness. He admitted confessing about crime to the governor. Mekey didn't raise, bent his head on the floor and wept for his forgiveness. Aksionov even wept along with Mekey. Aksionov felt his heart lighter. He longed to stay. Banned, die in prison. At last, when Mekey confessed and the order of Aksionov's release came, Aksionov was already dead. This is the heart-touching story. So better to read original story. This is only the summary. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.